Welcome to this video on discussion forums. In this video we're going to take a look at some of the discussion forum features. After you are finished watching this video, you may create your first discussion forum postings in the water cooler forum. After that, you can create a bit more of a detailed discussion forum posting in the Day 1 Introducing Ourselves forum. Many courses provide interaction using the discussion forums within the courses. Some professors will assign topics for each forum. You will then respond to the topic according to the professor's instructions. Such instructions may require you to summarize portions of the reading, answer a question, or comment on a topic of the course. Each professor structures his or her discussion forums differently, so you may see a variety of assignments based around this pedagogical tool. You should use proper academic grammar, punctuation, citation of referenced works, including the course text, and provide reasoned arguments for your points. Discussion forums may not be quite as formal as a research paper, but they are not as informal as conversational chit-chat either. They're somewhere in between. So as you post in here, keep in mind that it's an academic assignment and use the appropriate grammar, syntax, citation, etc. Here we see the discussion board main page. From the course homepage, I clicked on Discussions in the left-hand blue menu. Here we'll take a look at Week 1 Discussion Introductions. To enter this forum, click on the Week 1 Discussion Introductions link. To create a new thread, click on Create Thread. Once you have created the new thread, type in subject and your message as you see here. If you want to attach an image such as a picture, you click on the Attach Image button. Once you do that, a new window pops up. Here we tell Blackboard where to find the picture. If you have a picture on your hard drive, such as one that you took with your digital camera that you want to upload, click Browse, whereupon a navigation window will pop up, and then you simply tell Blackboard where to go to get that picture. If you have a picture that you want to pull from an online storage site, such as Flickr, you would type it in the box right below, entitled Specify Source URL. Under number 2, the image options, you can set the width and height if you like. Once you put it into the Blackboard discussion posting, however, you can then modify the size with your mouse at that point. Here you see I've already chosen the picture that Mr. Test Student is going to use for his discussion posting. Once we see it, verify that that is the picture we want, we click Submit. Here we're back to the discussion posting. You'll see that the image is slightly smaller than what we just saw. That's because I shrunk it a little bit within this window. Once we're done, we click Submit. And here we see the new posting introducing ourselves and a picture included. The second part of having a discussion forum is the interaction part, where you post a response posting to the postings of other students. Some professors require students to post response postings to the postings of their fellow students. That way there's interaction, dialogue, and further learning that happens. This means that you will need to go into the thread of the fellow student, read his or her posting, and then post a response. Even if a professor does not require such response postings, it is always a good idea to engage your fellow students in this type of online conversation. You will be able to create a learning community and make friends this way, and learn quite a bit as you bounce off of each other. Here's how we create a response posting. I am going to click on the Hello from Nevada posting. Well, I see that Mr. David Harrison has posted a little bit about himself, where he lives, and a nice picture of his family. I want to reply to that, so I click on the reply in the upper right-hand corner. I type in my response in the message area and click Submit. Here we see the thread detail with my new response indented and below the original response. There are quite a few options within the message area, ways you can format your text, you can indent, you can add movie clips, etc. Let's go through a quick overview of these options. At the very top, we have options to change the font. For instance, you can change the font type, such as normal or various sizes of heading. The difference between those are size, bold, font, etc. Sometimes it's a good idea to format some of your text as headings so that it makes it easy for the other students to see the separation between your ideas. The second button over, which lists number 3, is the size of the font. The next one over is the font type. In this case, it is set to Arial. Further over, we see bold, italics, underline, and strikeout options. We have subscript and superscript options. To use any of these features, you need to highlight the text first and then click on the appropriate button, such as the bold and the underline. Over to the right, we see line justification options. We can have our text justified on the left margin, middle, or a right margin. These work when you have your cursor anywhere within that particular paragraph. You don't need to highlight the whole thing. Over to the right again, we have the option to create numbered lists, bullet lists, outdent, or indent. Feel free to play with some of those options. These work very well, just like the headings. If you have a long post and you want to divide it up, put a list in there before or after text. I've used these quite a bit myself when I create these instructions, as you've seen. And as a student, I also use these options so that my text flowed a little bit better when I posted it, especially some of the long ones that were summaries of St. Augustine or Thomas Aquinas' works. The next row down, we see a variety of different options. We have a spell check, cut, copy, paste. These work just the same as any word processor. A clear HTML formatting option, and undo redo buttons. The next one is the globe, allowing you to create a hypertext link to another website. Just like you would do with the bold or italics, you would highlight the text first, click on the globe, wherein you would be able to put in the URL of the website. We have a tables option where you can create small tables. The line will create a horizontal line across the page. Again, very nice if you want to separate things so that it's a little more visually appealing and easier to follow. The A with the red underline allows you to change the font color. The next button over allows you to highlight. You have a variety of colors from which to choose on both options. The next section to the right has to do with some mathematical computations and HTML options, probably not things that you really will use much. The last row allows you to embed files, pictures, and video into your postings. As you saw before, this is how we put a picture of ourselves into the discussion forum posting. Scrolling down, we see the options for attachments. Some people prefer to attach a picture of themselves this way. Others prefer to put it within the text of the discussion forum posting. Either way works. The main difference is, if you click on the attachment, your fellow students will then need to click on the link that will be created, whereupon a new window will be opened up asking them how they want to view the file. This is also helpful for attaching a Word document that you want other students to examine. Here we see an example of what an attached file will look like to your fellow students and professors. We see that we have the text. This is an example of attaching a file, and below that is the link. I hope this has been helpful, a very brief and quick introduction to some of the different things you can do within the discussion forum postings. I hope you avail yourselves of these opportunities to add a little bit more spice and a little bit more personality to your postings and better connect with your professors and fellow students. Thank you very much.